Target Trading Academy.
Good afternoon, everybody. Preston Vogl here with today's Micros Market Recap. It is Wednesday, April 6th, 4:33 p.m. Eastern Time. We are closed in the New York Exchange here. Let's get right into it with our micro oil. We opened in balance from yesterday, and we had immediately saw some selling take place in the market here. Support holding, first time, second time, secondary support from the HVAs that are given out to our students the night before. Yes, you heard that correct, the night before. And they came up and tested that resistance, and it was shot down. And ultimately, the sellers stepped in even further and drove this thing even further down, making some new lows in the contract here for us, closing in around 96.26. Now, gold also opening inside of the range at the lower end and making a move straight up, hitting that close, and then making a new high before they bring it down here. And here is the FOMC minutes. A ton of volatility there. That time market was already closed for gold, but you can see that we did finish in the markets pretty much where we left off yesterday. So no real net gain or loss. It was pretty close to tell. Now our equities, they were all over the place today. We opened the gap down and we never made it back towards that close. There was an attempt, but they just couldn't quite get over that 4,500 mark. So if we scroll back here, you'll see that we opened way gap down. Had some initial buying, but seller stepped in and it was just choppy on the way down. And they set a floor, retested it, and then kept hitting it before lunch. And then you can see they had kept testing that floor and they just couldn't get through it. And then, well, guess what? FOMC news came out, made some new highs. And then you'll see it'll come down here, make some new lows, and then come back up. And we made some new highs, and then we pretty much ended up in the middle of today's range. Almost not terribly far from where we opened. So we still have that close from yesterday that was never filled. It has that void there, you could say. Similar story in the NASDAQ, micro NASDAQ here, excuse me. We opened gap down from yesterday's close. If I could scroll back here for you. Had some initial buying. Had that ceiling step in and sellers stepped in, drove this market down. Again, setting floor, but they were more adamant on driving the NASDAQ down. And eventually we had a hard floor step in that they retested several times. Eventually, around lunchtime, they broke that a little bit, setting that floor yet again before they retraced and tried again shortly after the beginning of lunch, getting some newer lows there, and then making another floor. And then you can see buyers stepping in, bringing us down back up to the open for the most part, and then the FOMC minutes coming out. Newer highs and then newer lows. The volatility is crazy. And then we pretty much settled in the middle of the day. You can see that we did make some new highs yet again, but we did settle in towards the middle of today's range. So with that said, it's the same story. We are still net down from yesterday. We never really had that close hit in the market in the NASDAQ, so there is that void. We'll see if they do anything with it. Who knows? But we are net down in the two equities we have here. Pretty much the same in where we opened and closed yesterday in gold, and net down in oil. That is today's Micros Market Recap. It is Wednesday. Remember that. If you're looking for these levels for your own trading adventures or to get on your own platform per se, or if you're interested in finding out more information of how we get them, of how they're utilized with our trading methodologies, reach out to us. We're Target Trading Academy. You can find us on Facebook or go to our website at targettradingacademy.com. Get in touch with a representative and you'll be shown what we do on a daily basis, and you'll be able to see for yourself why we are the #1 trading education company in the world. We look forward to seeing you.